Oh, the light's just coming.
Hitting the top.
Good timing.
It'd be nice to get that sun hitting us.
Yeah. I think I've been colder in the desert camping out than I have been on Denali or Everest. It gets so cold at night and it's just so clear.
Well, hello. I love cows.
They are funny.
Hey, number 809. What's happening?
Did your grandfather own the farm?
Yeah.
I was really close to my grandfather. He was my favorite person in the whole world. You know, it wasn't a girl thing, helping out on the farm like I wanted to, feeding the cows and helping bale the hay. And if I would have been a boy, he would never have hesitated to ask me to help or to lend a hand or invite me to work. So I always tried to push myself to be available for him, you know, to try to like, yeah, I can do this, Dad. I can do this, Pop. And, you know, I'm sure he worried about letting us do some of that work, but he was also someone that didn't discourage it and saw how much we enjoyed it and honored us for who we are and not what he expected us to be. Oh, there was our first lizard, little mini baby lizard. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Ow! I think they kind of got a kick out of my life too, you know. I'd come and visit when I got older with all these stories of places I'd been, and I think they, to a large degree, live vicariously through me. Oh my word. Nature's beauty. It's a cactus bloom.
That is bright red there.
Stunning. You know, especially when I got into mountaineering and climbing, and I think they never really fully understood why I wanted to do it, but that they saw how happy I was and that it brought me immense joy. Woo!
Starting to feel like mountaineering now.
Extreme! I honestly think that his gauge was my happiness. When I told him that I am in love with a woman, he said, well, that's neat. I can tell you're happy, and it seems a lot more people are doing that these days. It was awesome. You know, that was his way of like accepting it. It's like he didn't have to agree with it, but he saw that was an okay thing. It's like, oh, there she goes, doing something unusual again. Okay, I just have to pay attention to my footing here. It's pretty awesome light, huh?
Maybe over this way here.
I think it's gonna be easier to go down the slab.
But I'll follow you wherever.
Okay. Yeah, it's super interesting. I was in love with the person, you know, and she was a woman. And as our relationship developed, there was a lot of struggles with fear of other people's perceptions. And for me, like, that was intense because I dealt with all this fear with heights and climbing and kayaking and all that stuff. And now here there's this new fear of the perception of how others judge you based on your identity and who you are. And you know, there's definitely a lot of places in the world and even in my community at times where I didn't feel safe to walk down the street holding hands or outwardly show affection for this person that I adored, and that was really hard. That was really hard to feel like it wasn't safe. It made me realize that like we don't fit into boxes and holes like society tends to label us, and it's really each person's incredibly unique.
Ooh, look at the light starting to pop.
Yeah, it's just starting to get into the glow.
That magic hour. Especially those of us that spend a lot of time in the outdoors, right? I mean, we're used to risk. We're used to living on the edge, but we're not used to opening up our hearts and being vulnerable and having conversations that help heal us. I'm much more able to talk about things that I probably wouldn't have talked about 2 years ago because I've really had a lot of time internally to think about them. Oh, look, we're getting there. Well, there's still a trail. Should we just keep going until it disappears? Huh, keeps going. Lizard.
Well, we could definitely get him.
We can get him? Woohoo! What a beauty. Hey, little guy.
With time, he just totally begins to understand that it's not in danger.
Yeah, your intention isn't to cause harm. Just checking you out. That is so cool.
Ready to go?
Wow, totally changed colors. Thank you, little guy. We've had so many experiences that have shaped our beliefs and our patterns that have influenced who we are and what we believe in and how we approach the world. And I'm trying to break those right back down to get back to that little girl that was like, just like the world was full of wonder, you know?
You started as a kid and you're returning to being a kid.
I'm totally returned to be, that's what I aspire to more than anything. That's kind of the next journey, is using all those like amazing experiences that I've had with so many amazing people and these incredible natural places, and what do I do with it next? What song's that going to be? I'm looking forward to it.
Should we do it?
Yeah.
Here we go.